Hi, I want to talk about pricing houses for sale. There's a few different things that we look at when we price houses for sale. We look at recent sales and current listings and expired listings. Those would be the three first things that we look at. And then we have a good look at what are the market forces. You know, what's going on in the market in that sector of the market. So let's say we're selling a house in Fernwood. You know, we've got we've got a lot of buyers. So we have a seller's market in Fernwood, anywhere downtown or even close to downtown. Out in Saanich, as far as, let's say, Mackenzie. Strong seller's market. I mean, there's people that would, you know, they can't find a house for sale. Vic West as well, Esquimalt. There's just nothing for sale that is priced right, is what I hear, right? So here you are, you're selling your house, or we're selling your house, and we're gonna take a look at what the current sales are and so on and so forth. So that's pretty important. We want to take a look at the expired listings. That's something that seems to get left behind quite often, and I find that a lot of people are surprised at the value of that information. You know, I would say 50% of the time that I start talking about expired listings, people say, wow, I never thought about that. And to me, it's equally as valuable as the sales. The house that sold is equally as valuable as the house that did not sell. You know? Why didn't it sell? Sometimes we can find out. I look at a lot of real estate, so a lot of those expired listings I've seen. So I can say, oh, well, I went downstairs and I saw that the basement had flooding all the time and the foundation had a giant crack in it. You know, or that the house was all rotten. This was a good one in Fairfield I saw. You know, it took forever to sell because the seller was unwilling to acknowledge that the bottom of the house was rotten. The plate and the studs. You know, it's the framing of the house that sits right on the foundation. Foundation was broken and the framing was rotten, and that's $100,000 fix, maybe more. There's a heritage rock wall in front of the house, so you have to go around the heritage rock wall. And I mean, the house was priced as if the foundation was perfect, so it never sold. It never ever sold. Everyone who came in, building inspection after building inspection came in, and the seller just refused. Finally, a year later, the house sold for, you know, $100,000 less. So when you're selling your house, if you're selling your house downtown, those are things that you want to look at. If you're selling your house in the western communities and there's 5 other houses for sale that are just like yours, and you know, you don't have as much control over that. You only really have control over price. The buyer will choose the house that has the right paint color. You know, once you're getting down to there, that's a totally different market condition. So you want to make sure that you have all those things in place. If you're trying to sell your house in the western communities and everybody else's house sells, maybe you want to look at the paint color. I have a listing that's coming up in Duncan, and we painted the bathrooms because they were unattractive colors. Let's put it that way. So we've painted the bathrooms, and I think that will make a huge difference when we sell the property. So instead of just about the price, we've done other things to present the property and make it look more digestible against our competition. There's a fair amount of competition, and it's not a seller's market in Duncan. It's a balanced market. So your property must look good, or the neighbor's property will sell instead. So that's how I price property. I look at those 3 factors and market conditions. So from Topaz Park, that's what we've got for today. All right, we'll talk to you later.